Hello everyone, my name is Anjali and with my teammates Shruti and Sonal, we will be presenting AWS Sumerian tutorials. It is a browser-based tool used for creating high-quality virtual reality and augmented reality applications. It can also be used to create 3D applications, which can be later published using Amazon CloudFront as a website and made available to all the users. It does not involve any scripting, but it uses built-in state machines to animate objects and respond if clicked or used by any movement of users. So let's start by looking how we can create a scene. When you select AWS Sumerian in Services, you will be redirected to Sumerian dashboard. Here you can create a new scene or use any different scenes available from the template. So have created a demo scene to show all the features of Amazon Sumerian. This is how our scene will look like. This name represents the entire name of the screen. The list provided below it represents the entities as well as the assets used for creating the scene. The Create Entity option is used to add different shapes into the scene. I have added a square, also called as quad, and an oval for defining the water radius as well as the beach area. This hash symbol is used to show the background with and without the grid option. The move, rotate as well as scale objects are used to resize the object into different shapes. Main features of the scene are being shown in the inspector panel. To go to the inspector panel, you have to click on the name of the scene and then under environment you can see the different options available. First one is the background. You can select any color of your choice to add it as a background. The next one is the environment lighting HDR. So I have added two types of light to highlight those part of area which needs to be brightened up. The next one is the fog and ambient. You can add a fog just to make the image blur, and based on the distance, how near and far the fog is, it can be adjusted. Even the color of the fog can be adjusted from here. Next is the particle. Particles can be of snow, or you can even change the color of the particle and consider it as a fire. Depending upon the velocity, rate, height, it can be adjusted. You can even add a nice music to your scene. To do that, you have to just click on Create Entity, add an empty entity. And once you have added an empty entity, you can click on it, and in this section, you can add your favorite music just by drag and drop, or you can select it from the system. Once the sound has been added, you can just click on it. You can play it on loop, or you can play it autoplay. You can adjust the volume of it and the sound will be added. These are all the features. Let's now try to run the scene. You can even maximize the scene by clicking over here, and the entire scene will be maximized. You can see I have added the fire, the snow, and even the beach scene has been highlighted. I have added an asset as a flag. So few more features of Amazon Sumerian will be explained by my teammate Sonal.
So as by taking the reference of what Anjali explained, I have created an interactive environment where a user with a click on the objects can interact with the scene. So let me show you how it works first. So when I play the environment, so currently you can see that the environment has no lights. So when I tap on the light switch, you can see that the bulb glows and you can see that the environment is lit up. But when you tap on it again, you can see that the lights are off. So this is an interactive example of an interactive environment. Here you can see the surrounding with the wooden background. So that's the skybox, which is added to the empty environment, and it's added by the environment tab, which is over here. Skybox is a texture that you can apply to the background of a scene to show the sky, space, or an enclosing structure. A skybox can be a single structure that wraps onto a sphere or a box. Further, the objects in the scene like rug, sofa, table lamp, switch is added using the Sumerian editor's assets library to import assets from the Sumerian library to the environment. So this is the import assets section where you can see there are lots of assets which you can add in your environment. You can also add your assets from the local machine to the scene by importing your local machine assets over here. So initially the lights are off in this scene. So you can see when I clicked or tap on the light switch, the light turned on, and when I click again, the light turned off. This is an interactive feature of the Sumerian and is obtained by using the state machine. So when I click on the light switch, this is the light switch. This is the state machine interface. So this is the state machine. So here a state machine is created for the switch as well as the point light bulb, which is inserted into the light bulb. This is the state machine for switch, where a state is created and an action is added to each state. Wait for click is a state which is just interacting to wait until the user taps or clicks on the switch. The next state, which is the flip up, is added with the action twin rotation, which shows to the user the slow change animation of the switch when it's clicked. The arrows between these states shows the transition from one state to another. The emit one state is added with the action of an emit message, which tells the state to emit message, which is the light on, which helps to indicate the other objects into the scene to interact. All three states are again duplicated, but this time the emit to state gives the message of light off, and the flip down twin rotation is when we want the light switch to be flipped down, so that it helps to give a message of a light off. That was all for the switch. Now let us see for the light bulb, which is inside the lamp. Okay. So the light off state is the initial step where the lights are off in the scene. This state is then added with the action of the light properties. Where entity light is dragged and dropped over here, which helps to identify which entity is used for interaction in the scene. As in the scene, there can be many lights added. The listening state is added with the action of the listen. So you can add an action from this, where you can tap over here. If you type your listen, you will get a listen action, and then you just need to click on the add and you will get this. Where the message from the flip of emit message is listen in this state. Note that the message from the listen should match exactly to the emit one message to avoid the errors. The next two states are duplicated for the light off message. So that's for all for the light bulb. Let me play the scene again. So initially lights off state. When flipped up, the emit message is listened by the light bulb, which is a light on. And then when I flip it down, the width, the second message that is light off is listened and the light bulb is off. So this was the feature of the Sumerian, and now Shruti will explain the other features of the AWS Sumerian.
Hello, my name is Shruti. Just now we have seen with the just now we have seen that Anjali and Sonal has shown how to create the scenes and objects or any environment as per your project requirements or as per your imagination with the help of this AWS Sumerian. Now I will show you how to create a host into your scene and gives the behavior to it along with the speech. So once you log into your AWS account and go to the AWS Sumerian, the dashboard will look like this. And this is the Sumerian host. The most popular feature of the Sumerian AWS Sumerian is the Sumerian host, and the Sumerian host are used as a guide for your experiences. For instance, tour guide or hotel booking or virtual classes and many more. So presently there are four Sumerian hosts are available, such as a Christine, Luke, or Preston and Grace. Let me show you. So here are the Sumerian hosts. You can find the Sumerian host from here. So those are the hosts you can choose as per your requirements. So these hosts are integrated with the speech recognition, and it just cancel it for now. So these hosts are integrated with the speech recognition services such as AWS Lakes and Poly. In the additional feature such as tracking and speaking in emotion, animations for the gesture and emotes controlled by the Amazon Poly. So you can create because of using this Sumerian host, you can create more dynamic and live animation with the Amazon host using all these feature presented feature in this that I will show you in a minute. So before showing these features and how to create the host, let me show you what this Sumerian host does, and let me play this so you can see what exactly this host is doing. So this might take time, but in a minute it will be start running. I am Sumerian host. Welcome to Cloud Computing class. Today, I am presenting AWS Sumerian introduction on behalf of your classmates Shruti, Anjali, and Sonal. So let me stop this now. So just now is doing. Now I will show how to create this host and how to add the feature of the speech and gesture, etc. So once that dashboard is created, you can see this is the entity panel and this one is the asset panel, and these are the components. of that particular entity. For example, Sumerian host introduction, this is the name of this project. And once you have clicked it, you can see all these components are available here. For this project purpose or for this tutorial purpose, I have integrated this Amazon Sumerian with the Poly and Lake services, and for that I have to create I have to take the permissions. So and that permissions here you can see the Cognito identity pool ID that I have to create and drop here. So I will show you how to create that Cognito identity pool ID which is required for us for this page purpose. So if you go here, this page, I have I have provided this link in my PDF tutorial document. So once you go through this, you can see that they have shown the step by step how to create this Cognito identity pool ID. So once you have to just log in for your account and AWS Cloud Formation Stack template, then you can create, make sure that you are using the correct region. And once you have open, this page will open, and then you can create the stack. Stack will create, and then on the completion of that, you will see this page where you can see the resources. On clicking on the resources, you can see the ID Cognito identity pool has been created for you. You just copy that ID, and inside your dashboard under the AWS configuration, you just paste that ID. So you're done with your integration part. So there are a few more components available, but I didn't do anything in this. That is not required for whatever I wanted to do here. So I left that part because that's not important for now. After doing that, here you can see by clicking on the Christine Hoodie, that is the name of this host, just click on it, that will be selected, and the component is available here. For the project purpose, I have worked on the host, speech, and state machine component. I will go through one by one and explore the features and what we can do inside it. Inside the host component, if you go, there is a point of interest. And inside this point of interest, initially it was a none, but then I have selected look at entity, and then I drop the default camera. So default camera here, I just drag it and drop here. So what exactly this feature does, when you play from here, when you play and your scene will active, that time you can just uh, you can move your camera like this. So that point your host will follow your camera. Right now I'm not in the play mode, that's why it's a stable, but when you are in the play mode, then host will follow the camera. Again, back to the host component, animated using speech. So here the lip synchronous gesture I have checked here, and gesture hold time also selected. You can adjust as per your requirement. I just kept as zero point 0.5 and 0.1, and then I'm done with this host component. So now in the speech component, I will show exactly what you can see the voice. So there are so many voices are available here. These voices are coming from the Amazon Poly services. You can select whichever you want, which I have selected Sally, and Then next is a voice engine. There are two available, standard and natural. Frankly speaking, I didn't find any difference between these two. So I just kept as a standard one and adjust the volume. Then here you can see the speech files. Now you can create the speech like one I have created for here. So once you have for that you have to click on the add empty speech file and you can type your speech. Okay, I will show you exactly what I did. So this is a because I have already created, I'm opening that speech file, that text editor from here inside the tools text editor, and this will appear the speech file that I have created here. So you can see the speech file here. So this the white text you can see here are the speech that I have given to the host. And the yellow is, you can see here, the name of the gesture that have provided for the host. So while the speaking, the host give those gesture. For example, self gesture when host is talking about I am a Sumerian host, and then wave because she is welcoming, and then again you, then she is pointing to you. So all these gesture you can give as per your requirement. But again the question comes, how can you know the which gestures are we have to give? So default gesture map is available that you can create it here, gesture map. If you click on it, then you can create. Initially it was a plus sign like this one. So on click on that, you can create the default gesture map. That gesture map it has been once it has been created, you can provide automatic gesture, auto generated gesture for your speech, or you can adjust the gesture as per your choice. So whatever gesture you want to give, you can find from here. So here so many gestures are available, like big, heart, in, many. So according to the emotions also there are gestures available. So the according emotions also there are available, but now I have selected few gestures in my speech and that the applicable to the host. So I'm just closing this file, and we have seen this gesture map, and so I guess we have completed all the features inside the speech. So I'm closing this component. Now I'm moving to the state machine. Now in the state machine, when you expand, you are allowed to create the state. The one I have created is behaviors. You can create one new one by clicking on this plus sign. I will show exactly what I did in the behavior state by clicking on this edit button. Now here you can see by expanding, by editing the state here, the states are available, the state are appears that I have created. So here I have created three states. The name appear on the top and the action appear on the bottom. So I will show you these three states I have created: start, wait, and start speech. You can create the new state inside this panel by clicking add state, and then you can edit your state name here. Start speech. I will show once that I have created. So this is the state name. You can give edit state name from here. It will appear here. Then you can add action. That action will add to that speech. So start speech is the action. If you type it, it will appear on the top. There are many other actions are available here. The one I have selected this, you can add. and that will appear here. The states you can create whatever, how many you want as per your requirements, and you can connect those state by just dragging this way. Um, you can connect those states as per your logic that you have created. So my logic was the start, wait, and start speech, and the one I have shown here for this tutorial purpose. I'm just closing this. So you can remove the state like by clicking on the cancel. So this way you can create the states and you can give it to the your scene. So based on your controlling action uh, that it will appear on your screen when you click on the play button. So this is done with the Sumerian host part that I have done in this tutorial. In this way, you can create the Sumerian host in your environment. There are many use cases. Like initially, I told you about tour guides and hotel booking, something like that. The most popular use is a chatbot. You can use this host in your environment and make it interactive with your users. So the host can listen from the user and provide the information or take particular action. So this is what the Sumerian host, about the Sumerian host. Um, yeah, I guess I'm done. And yeah, thank you.